Hey everyone, it's Clemy and Mary. Yeah. Here we at the beach. This is very impulsive and spontaneous, impromptu. We're kind of winging it, but we decided to kind of start the conversation about something that a lot of us deal with, and that is being single. As a woman, as a man, but really focusing on the ladies. And one thing that we realized, we all went out last night, had ladies' night, and it was 4 of us ladies, and all of us are singles with different circumstances, different personality traits, different, desires and man standards. We all have our own unique, how would you say, thing that we have. Individualities, yeah. And yes, I have my green cup. Right. Oh, that was a bird. Sorry. So one thing that I realized is, and not observing my girls, but like there was one of my girls who really wants to be in a relationship, and we went out for ladies' night just to really enjoy ourselves, and yes, of course, hopefully meet some guys and mingle and get some numbers, but not everybody did. But I realized that one of the ladies kind of was like ready to go and started getting into a funk because she wasn't meeting anyone. My question that I want to pose is, how many of you out there go through the same thing or has experienced the same thing where you feel like you can't have a good time or enjoy yourself if you're not really meeting guys as a single woman or meeting women as a single woman? And how much do you let that affect the good time that you have? How much do you let that affect your ladies' night, your time with your girls, What do you think, Mary? I think that would be my question. What do you do about it? How do you feel? What type of emotions do you really have when you're out with your girls trying to get a guy and nobody's talking to you? Or, do you think that it's an energy thing? Do you think that it's something that you're attracting or not attracting, something about you internally that you feel you may have to adjust or take a look at as a reason as a deterrent maybe, or as a reason that you're not possibly getting dates? I'm a single woman too, so there's evaluating that needs to go on with myself as well, but that was just an observation, so I was just really curious about that. What do you think?
Well, so my response to that earlier when we were having the conversation is that sometimes we have those moments where, earlier that evening or earlier that day, we could really be excited about going out with our girls and have all these great intentions to go out and have a good time. But sometimes when we're going through things, it could be something going on at the job, or it could just be you in general, you have something going on. You are not happy about being single. You really want to be in a relationship, and it's hard to date. It's difficult because we have our expectations and other people have their expectations. But if we're not giving off a positive vibe and positive energy, people pick up on that. So what I've worked on in myself, because I've had a lot of time to reflect on me and what I'm doing and what I'm projecting to others. So I've lived in Brooklyn 15 years. I left last year to go to LA, and I recently moved back to Brooklyn. So in that time, that year being in LA, I was able to reflect a lot on myself as a person, my inner self. I did a lot of meditation, a lot of prayer. I'm a spiritual person, so I found that I needed to get more in touch with that spiritual side and really strengthen my relationship with God. So I am cognizant, I'm aware of how I'm speaking. I want to be approachable. Men don't want to approach a woman, or another woman doesn't want to approach a woman who has a screwed up face, your attitude is shitty, whatever. You have to go out and have a good time and really work to try to do that. So look at yourself, look within, regardless of what's going on outside of your world. But it's affecting you. Don't let it affect you so much where you can't have a good time and enjoy life. You know, if you're working, you spend so much time at the job, you know, and a lot of times, many of us aren't doing jobs that we enjoy or that we love. So that's an issue in itself.
Yes.
And that can really affect how we are when we get outside of work.
Yep.
So just try to work on you. Really take this time to do some reflecting and work on yourself. And then ask yourself, you know, what do you really want? What type of person are you trying to attract? What do you want out of life? And look at that, you know, and change who you are. You know, get feedback from your friends and your family and tell them you want that honest feedback, and you have to be able to take it. It's constructive criticism. It's only to help you grow and become a better woman or a better man if men are watching this. Just better yourself. Once you change yourself within and become more positive, change your energy, you'll start to attract. It's that law of attraction. You'll naturally attract positive people, positive situations, whatever job you want, you know, whatever lifestyle you want. Everything is law of attraction. All right, so leave you with that. Clemy?
On that note, thank you for the feedback. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree that, you know, we shouldn't allow people to dictate whether we have a good night or not, whether you are going to be happy or not. It's easier said than done. Sorry, I had a little green cup. It's definitely easier said than done, but, you know, the more you practice, the more you look within, you become comfortable with yourself, and start to practice positivity, projecting good energy. It's only inevitable that you will begin to attract positive people, and people will just come around. You go out, you don't look for it, it comes to you. Ever been in a relationship where as soon as you get into a relationship, all of the guys from your past, new guys, I mean, I don't get it. It's like they come out of the woodworks, and then when you're single, it's like a drought. Like no one's around. You're like, anyone there? You know, you hear the echoes, hello. You know, and there's no one to be found. But it's only because when you're with someone, you're happier, and you're projecting that positive energy, and you're projecting love, and love attracts love. Love attracts people. And when
everybody
you're single,
needs love.
Exactly. And when you're single and
everybody wants love.
Exactly. Everybody wants love. When you're single, it's like you kind of fall into this zone, this phase of, you know, unhappiness, and even to a lot of people, depression, where you don't feel love. You don't feel like you love yourself. You don't feel, you know, your self-esteem is highly affected, and you're not attracting those type of, you know, you're not attracting anyone. No one wants to be around you, not even your friends sometimes. So, but yeah, I definitely agree with Mary. And on that note, I'm checking out. I have nothing else to say. Today's a great day at the beach. You're getting us raw and natural.
Right.
You know, this is it. No makeup. This is how we do. And just stay tuned for further videos. This is just, you know, a test video, something that we're trying out to see how single ladies get the perspective of other women. So please comment. We're interested in seeing and reading your comments and hearing how you feel and what your experience may be as a single woman, or someone you may know, maybe a close friend who is single, and you see how being single affects her or him maybe. And we're going to be on the lookout. So I hope you enjoy our video, and just let us know what you think.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye.
Peace out.
Toodles. Love. Peace and love.